What's up, everybody? It's your boy Nerdicane. I am doing something a little different. I'm recording in the new mobile studio. Although the new mobile studio is completely stupid compared to I had the Subaru. Subaru was a lease. I could just run a USB, and it would to the phone, and it would record. This is the Volkswagen. This is the new one that I bought. It's not that smart. It's a year newer, but it's a dumber car. It's just not a very smart car. But I can't hook it up to the system, so I don't know how this is going to sound right now. Hopefully I'll be able to keep this one. So thank you for tuning in. If you're still here, thank you. I want to tell you guys what I've been doing. I took a break. I'm not monetized. I don't have enough followers to be monetized, so it really doesn't hurt if I take a break. You know, there are people who YouTube is sort of their job, and that's a horrible idea. That's like working at a place where your boss hates you and can not only fire you, but can close your bank account for you. That's what I imagine being a professional YouTuber is like, when, you know, YouTube can strike you for any reason that they want if they don't like what you're saying. But what I've been doing, aside from getting over multiple sicknesses that Nerdicane Jr. has brought home from daycare, if you have kids, you realize that, like, you keep your kids at home, okay? If your kids are sick, keep your kids at home, because these little fevers and colds and things like that spread through kids like wildfire, and then they bring it home to you and you get it, which is what I've been dealing with. But another thing that I've gotten into Warhammer. I've always loved miniature games. I've always loved miniatures. I've kind of loved painting miniatures, but I've never really played any miniature games. I sort of got into it. We were doing renovations on the house, and we had to basically cut off the washer and dryer, the washer and dryer. So we had to go to a laundromat. Well, while I was at the laundromat, I'm outside and I'm playing with Nerdicane Jr., and I noticed at the other end of the laundromat there was a place that used to be an internet cafe. Long ago, it was an internet cafe. If for you young people, yeah, that used to be a thing. People would go to a cafe, pay to use their computers, their internet, to go on the internet. Then it sort of became gaming, and then gaming computers were not that expensive, so the internet cafe thing kind of went away. It's pretty big in China because, you know, there's no property in China, and the government hates you. But this place changed itself from an internet cafe to a gaming store, miniature gaming store, and it's probably one of the biggest I've seen in Atlanta since the War Room, and it's pretty cool. So I saw that, and I went in there, and it's, you know, they don't know me. I've never been in there before. I don't know much about playing miniatures, but it was the most inviting thing I've done in a long time. People just came in, it's like, hey, what's up? You know, they didn't come to me like, what are you doing here? They didn't come to me like a salesperson. They came to me like a friend. They came to me like they're my new best friend, and, you know, they were just like chatting with me, and it was really cool. And I've kind of, like, the further I've gotten into 40K, into Warhammer 40K, I'm not into regular 40K, or not into regular Warhammer. I mean, what I look like, a nerd? But the grim, dark future. It's very grim. It's very dark. There's nothing but war. It's completely depressing. The funny thing is, there's no good guys. No, whatever faction you pick, whatever faction you decide to play in Warhammer, you're not the good guys. Even if you're the humans have a sort of a dogma. They're very dogmatic. So, to the point where they're not the heroes either. The real heroes are the players, as I've discovered. The heroes of Warhammer 40K are the players. They're so inviting. They're so welcoming. They're so friendly, even to people who aren't on the inside, you know, who don't play. Even the people who are casually like, oh, hey, what is this? The people are just like super friendly. It's like, oh yeah, this is a whatever vehicle. I painted this myself. It does this. It's kind of like, you know, it's the most inviting. Even online, you know how in comic books there's definitely comic book factions, and with Harry Potter, and no matter what fandom you deal with, there's factions, especially with Star Wars. Star Wars is so broken and fragmented right now. The funny thing is like everybody, I don't think I've ever seen a more fun-loving community than I have in Warhammer. They make fun of their own faction. They make fun of other factions. They're all just, it's so refreshing to start getting into something and realizing that everybody is on the same side. Everybody's having a good time. Yes, people complain about 8th edition. Yes, people complain about their armies getting nerfed or things like this, but everybody deals with it. You know, even if you go to like social medias like Reddit, I know Reddit's for normies. But the boards on Reddit for 40K are actually very, very fun. I found one called 40K Orc Science, where everybody sort of role plays speaking as an orc, and you have to go see this board. It's very funny how people interpret the language and how people use the language. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, that's what I've been getting into. I've been buying and painting minis. I'm going to play the orc army, which I like the orcs because they're simple. They're very simple. They're not driven by sort of a Borg-like expansion. They're not driven by sort of a pseudo-religion based around one guy. They need to fight. They're like Cookie Monster needs to eat cookies. Orcs need to fight. And just the way they do it, they're very ramshackle about the things they build. And when you get to understand the orcs a little better, you realize that they're actually there's psychic powers in the game. They're actually very powerful psychics. They don't know it. So like, if they believe something, if enough of them believe something to be true, suddenly that psychic power builds up and it becomes true. Such is the case with the Evil Sons, which is the orc faction that I'm going to play. They believe that painting something red makes it faster. All of them believe it. So when they paint their vehicles red, it makes their vehicles faster, which is very, very interesting and very fun. But go check this out, man. If you've ever had a passing interest, or you see the minis, or you see even if you just want to paint minis, God, it's so relaxing. I get up in the nerdy cave, and I've been painting this little orc army, and I'm just like, it's so relaxing painting it and then seeing it done, and then doing the shading and doing things like this. It's a very relaxing thing to do. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. If you've ever had a passing interest, go check it out, because it's a very, very fun fan base. They're having a lot of fun. It hasn't been invaded. I heard a few years back that the SJW is kind of invaded, and generally the community was like, nah, son, you're not coming in here. You just take that elsewhere. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. I'm not going to become a 40K channel. There's really good 40K channels out there. I could not do it. As someone who's just getting into the lore, there's a lot of lore, and they're very protective of that lore, which is great. I think it's a really great thing that they love and they respect and they protect their lore. But yeah, that's what I've been doing, and go check it out. This is sort of like my pitch. If you've ever had a passing interest and you just think the models are neat or the lore is neat, go dive in, man. It's a lot of fun. But I'm going to keep this one short. I got to go inside and make some breakfast. You guys go have a good day. Thanks for tuning in, and I will have some more reviews coming out today, okay? Thanks. Bye.